Rasa-pancadhyayi, 10th canto, 29th verse, 14th number verse. Yesterday we heard the question of Parikshit Maharaj and how Sukadeva Goswami answered. We endeavored to hear this commentary of the Acharyas, and we pray that we can achieve their mercy if someone gives instruction or advice, if someone gives us their blessings, then we have to accept that, and there is a process to accept that. We have to accept that process of acceptance. Because of our ahankar, we cannot accept anything. How can we get rid of this false ego and pride? This is what causes the downfall of the jivas. They mercifully help us, give us blessings, but we are not prepared to accept their mercy, and we do not even have desire for this. Instead, we disrespect them and neglect them, and because of this, we do not receive mercy. Their blessings does not blossom for us, and we become deprived of their affection because of our pride and false ego, which is so powerful. It does not let us hear or accept anything. It does not let us become the object of their affection. This is the greatest obstacle for us. To cross over this obstacle is not easy. Gurudev would say, "Oh, I had such a great desire to do bhajan, but then I read the verse, Trinadapi Sunichena, and my whole enthusiasm was lost. I wanted to do bhajan so much, but I read this verse, and I heard about this verse, Trinadapi Sunichena, then all my enthusiasm was lost." There is rainfall on the mountains. There is so much rainfall. But where does the rain go? It all comes down below. The current goes into the low places, and snow is present on the mountains, but there is no flow of water there. Those who are very proud to receive mercy of the Lord and sadhus for them, however much rainfall comes, they are like the stone tops of mountains, which cannot accept the water that falls on them. In this way, we cannot accept the mercy and blessings of the Acharyas. Sukadeva Goswami told Maharaj Parikshit, "Look, all living entities and all sadhus, the Lord wants to give mercy to them all. However, what is their nature? They are so wicked-natured. If they get something, they do not accept that as God's mercy. Instead, they think, that is my property, and now I will bestow it upon others and show myself to be such a great donor. And I will say, I have given this mercy to so many people. I have given blessings to so many people." This doer mentality is the cause of all downfall, and this is what pushes us into the ditch of samsara. The Lord has given us these senses. Whatever we possess, that is given by God, and it is His property. However, what do we do with that? We do not use it in the Lord's service. Instead, we become empowered with this, and then we go and give blessings and mercy to others and say, "You are the object of my affection. Now, because of my blessings, you have become qualified." But we do not say, "Oh, the Lord has given so much mercy to you. Guru Vaishnavas, may they bless you. May the Lord bless you." We say, "Oh, I am giving you my blessings." We give our own mercy and blessings to others, but what mercy and blessings is that? It is only foolishness. We have no ability even to accept the Lord's mercy because of our false ego and pride. Therefore it is said, Prabhudapai mad kahine, when we get the position of mastery or high position, then there is no greater form of intoxication than that. Then we go to give blessings to so many people. In this way, we are so full of false ego. In the Gita, Krishna said, Who becomes fallen? That person who gives blessings or gives curses, he is full of ego, and he will quickly fall. Therefore, let us give up this false ego and arrogance and always be the beggars of mercy and try to accept whatever the Lord mercifully bestows upon you, understanding that to be the Lord's great mercy and affection. With that, you should engage it in the Lord's service. Whatever you receive, use that as bhoga for the Lord. The farmer puts seed in the ground, waters it, protects it. If the worker goes and uses all those things for someone else and does not give it to the proprietor, then he is considered a thief. The proprietor, he can sell that, he can give it to anyone, it is his work. He is doing all the work, but if an ordinary worker is going and stealing everything and giving it to someone else, then he is called a thief. The Lord has given us everything, all in senses, intelligence, strength, energy. Why? We are like the fruits, and the garden is His. But we are taking these fruits and distributing them without any gratitude for the Lord who has given us everything. We are going and offering ourselves as the bhog for other people's pleasure. Therefore we are in bondage. This is Maya, and therefore we receive punishment, and this is called sin. Yesterday we heard these are not called only sinners, but duracharis and prostitutes. Why? You are a prostitute. Why is that? This is the Lord's property. How can you give it to others and engage it in others' service? That is sin. This is the cause of your bondage, and because of this you must receive punishment. No one can save you from that. It will certainly come to you. Whatever you have, that is the Lord's. As long as it is with you, then do not think it is yours. The Lord has given it to you, so you should affectionately, He has given it to you, but for what purpose? Then to do service. But what do? We take it and we open a storehouse and say, oh, anyone can come and take it. Anyone can come and take all of this. This is incorrect. We should not act in such an independent, whimsical manner. This is a very valuable treasure. It should not be sold freely or given freely in the marketplace. Every minute of your time and all your energy, consider that to be the Lord's property. And without the Lord's desire, you should not utilize this. Then the Lord's mercy, blessings, and mamata will increase for you, and you will also feel an increase in mamata for the Lord. What do we do, however? We see others, and to please them, we go and fold our hands and say so many nice things praising them and become like their servants. But we do not go and speak Harikatha to them or glorify the Lord to them. Instead, we glorify them directly, just trying to get a few material benefits from them. This is called prapancha. Seeing the five objects of the senses, we are very attracted. Form, sight, sound, and touch. We become crazy after these things. How can I talk to them? How can I meet with them? How can I serve them? How can I please them so they will become mine? But we neglect the Lord entirely. Shyam Sundar is so beautiful. You should be his chamcha. But instead, we use all our ras, becoming mad after jadaras. And we use gandha. Ras means like water or a liquid, and gandha some fragrance, and shabda sound, or sparsha touch. In the Bhagavatam, it is described how a certain animal will be attracted towards a particular sense. Fish are particularly attracted towards the sense of taste. Therefore they go and eat bait that is on a hook, and in this way they are killed. The elephant is attracted towards sight, and the moth burns in the flame. So in this way, the animals are attracted towards different senses, but humans, we are attracted to all the objects of the senses. It is very difficult for us to save ourselves. So Chakravarti Thakur says, when Krishna, why did he give the gopis mukti? They had so much good qualities and so much qualification, every sense, every moment, and every thought of their mind or action of their body, everything they possessed. For even a moment, they did not utilize this in distributing in many shares, and no one else had a right over them. Great sages and great kings, they did so much austerities, but for whom? Today, why are we suffering? We do mala and mantra, but for whom? I will be happy, and my followers will be happy, my relatives will be happy. Some people say, I have worshipped the Lord so much, but He is not merciful towards me. He is cruel to me. Why? He has not given me children, a nice house, and respect, and I have not received any prestige. I have worshipped Him so much. He is not compassionate towards me. But this is His mercy. Why do you want to waste your property in Maya? Therefore the Lord does not give that. That is a great compassion. That is your great fortune. If the Lord has not given someone a son, that is such great fortune. Oh, now you have no bondage, nothing to worry about. Otherwise you were to go into a hell. Then when you have a putra, you will certainly go to hell. It means, if you have a putra, putra means someone who lifts one up from hell. So if you have a son, it means, yes, you will go to hell, and then hopefully he will lift you up. So better not to have any son. He did not give Yashoda Mata a son. Parjanya Nanda also asked her, oh, don't you want any son? She said, I don't want any son. What will I do with a son? Everyone in this world is like my child. The whole world is God's family. Everyone in the world is God's family. Everyone in Braj I accept as like my child, and I will serve them all as like a mother. Then, if I have one particular son, then my affection for everyone will diminish. And the Lord is mine. I will serve the Lord. I think of Him as my son, and I serve Him, and then I give His prasad to everyone. But if someone else comes, then I will not have this mood towards the Lord. My mind will be divided. Therefore, I don't want any son. Nanda Maharaj said, oh, you are my very dear and real friend. No one understands my heart, but you alone understand my heart, Nanda said. Then his father, Parijanya, and his mother, Bariyasi, were doing so much austerities. Why? They had 4 sons and 2 daughters. Her daughters were Nanda, and sons were Nanda, Sunanda, Rupananda, and Abhimananda, and Nandanandan. They all had kids, but Nanda had no child. Nanda and Jashoda were not ready in any way to have children. Oh Lord, if you want to come, please, you yourself come and I will serve you. But we have no connection to anyone else. We do not want to waste our life. If we make relation, it will only be with you. We are yours and you are ours. But I am no one else's. I am only yours, and I will serve you alone. If you want to come, then you can come, and if you don't, then don't come. But I will not accept any jiva. Everyone is yours. I will serve everyone equally, but I will not have any special attachment towards any jiva. I will serve them knowing that they are your servants, but I will not accept one personally and become attached to anyone in particular personally. Shiv Thakur said, "Oh, Parajanya Rishi, you have worshipped me so much," because Parajanya worshipped Shiva. He said, "What can I do? I cannot forcefully give an Atma to someone if they will not accept it." Nanda doesn't want anyone. Nanda and Yashoda, they only want the Lord Himself, Parabrahma, the Supreme Controller. They only have love for Him and they only want to serve Him. This is the wealth of God, and this entire wealth should be offered in the Lord's service without any distribution, any share. That is austerity. This is the greatest kind of dharma. Why? Whose son are we? Amritasya putra. We are the children of the Lord. Leaving our Prabhu, we have accepted others. This is a great form of cheating and ungratefulness. This is like tamasi nature, full of ignorance. That person is not a Brahmin who does not know Brahman and have relation with Brahma or Parabrahma. That person who has place for Parabrahma in his heart, and that person is a Brahmin in truth. Meaning he is the Lord's, we are the Lord's in truth, but going far away from Him, we have accepted worldly people as ours, and we have shown our thumb to the Lord. Is anyone giving us water, air to breathe, food to eat, a place to rest? Only Lord is providing everything for us with so much compassion. Still, we do not accept Him as ours. Therefore, we are so unfortunate. We will suffer. We are ready to suffer in hell, but we will not have developed love for the Lord and worship Him with love and devotion and make relationship with Him. This is our great misfortune. Therefore, we are not humans. We are not manusya. We are animals. Therefore, it is said, Ahar nidya bhayamintunansha, eating, sleeping, mating and defending. One person who is doing this is no different from an animal. Without dharma, there is no human life. Without dharma, one is just an animal. Eating, sleeping, mating and defending are available in all species of life. But human life has the special capacity for dharma, and dharma means to connect yourself with the Lord in a loving relationship. That is dharma. So Sukadeva Goswami said, "Oh, you have done so much in this world. You have served your subjects, your family, you have had a son. But how much time have you given to God, and how much time for them and for your kingly duties?" If someone truly gives some time for God, then they have no misfortune. However, we can give our time for everyone. For giving our body rest, we will give it 12 hours. For eating, we will give it so much time. And to make money, to get a house and food, we will spend all day. But we will not give a moment to the Lord. We show Him our thumb or our finger. We say, "I have no time for you." Sukadeva Goswami therefore said, "This life, understand it to be extremely rare. If you do not use it in God's service, you are like an animal, a fool. O fool, this griha, household life, gives so much suffering. It makes you like a donkey. Oh, your sons, daughters, relatives, family. This is only a waste of time. You are wasting your extremely valuable human form of life. Gri apatya pasubi. Why are you such a fool? Why are you giving your love here and there? Alas, alas. You are taking a butcher's knife to cut off your head. So many people, your relatives, they are all taking knives and they are putting you on the wood chopper block, cutting off your head and neck. Therefore, don't look at anyone. Don't have relation with anyone. Knowing everyone to be in the family of God, serve everyone, but do not have particular love for anyone. Only for the pleasure of the Lord, I will do everything and serve everyone. But what is my purpose? Only there for Him. Who has done this? Is there any example? Truly, only the gopis are like this. They do not listen to anyone, or accept anyone, or know anyone. only they have relation with Parameshwar Paramatma, Parabrahma Bhagavan. Aside from him, they know no one else. If it is said by Sukadeva Goswami, look at the love of the gopis. Srimati Radharani would go, she was in the hill of Varshana, or from the hilltop, or from the roof of Javat, she would look in the early morning on the grass. The Pulinda Kanyas, forest girls, would take the footprints of Krishna. Krishna would walk there in the evening, the previous day, and the kumkum from his feet was on the top of the grass, which was wet with dew. The Pulinda girls would go and collect wood from the forest, or fruits and flowers, or roots and so forth, and they would take these in baskets on their heads, or in pots they would go to collect water, and seeing the footprints of Krishna, kumkum on top of the grass, then they would take this with their hands and put it on their head and on their chest and their heart and their whole bodies, and then they would become maddened in love. Radharani looked, oh, I do not have such love as these girls. I never took this kumkum from Krishna's footprints on my body, and I never had this great eagerness for Krishna's kumkum from his feet, for his footprints. But look at these girls, they have accepted this on their hearts, and they are experiencing the Astasattvic Vikar, hair standing on end, shivering, trembling, horripilation, and they have become filled with ulas. Therefore, how glorious these girls from the Pulinda Kanyas are. But is our consciousness like this? Are we going to the pastime places of the Lord, the Dham, and to the associates of the Lord, and to the Shri Vigraha of the Lord, the Murti, who is himself manifested before us, and who is self-present manifest to give us affection and mercy in all ways, to give us so much welfare? But do we go before him with folded hands and pray to him? And do we go before him as a sevak? Instead, we go like big magistrates, big aristocrats, with such royal cloth, and we do not even bow our head. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami said, that person who does not bow his head to the Lord, Yamaraj says, bring that person to me, he said to the Yamaduts. People go with such royal cloth, but their head is so heavy, they do not want to bow their head to the Lord. So Yamaraj said, oh, bring their heads to me. Off with their heads. They do not roll in the dust of the Lord's holy abode. Why do you go to the temple? Do you go for darshan with your head upright in so much ahankar? Oh, you should go to show him your aristocratic self? No, go and sweep the temple. Bow before the Lord, do some kirtan, pray to him. Bring him some gift. Show some deference and establish a relationship. Therefore it is said, oh, so many times I have gone and come, but no mercy has come to me. How will mercy come to you? What have you done? What have you done for him? Oh, you show yourself. Oh, every day I go. Every day I go. But what have you done? What relation have you made? What have you done to please him? The gopis go, they boil the milk at night, then make chenna and sweets and halava and so many sweets. All night they cook so many sweets in great absorption. Yashoda Mata, Krishna is sleeping when she goes, and she goes to the pots where the yogurt is and churns it while doing kirtan. And remembering Krishna, she makes butter. Krishna saw, oh, my mother is working so hard, and he came and said, Mother, do not work so hard. I don't want to eat this butter, therefore. He held her hand and said, please stop. Then he broke the pot. Do not do this. He saw her effort. Are we ready to do anything for Krishna? Then how will we develop love with him? How will we be free of Maya? Therefore it is said, oh, so much time has gone chanting Mala, but my mind has not changed. Therefore Mahaprabhu said, this is not chanting mala. If you want to chant Harinam, then there are two methods. One, Amani manand hoy Krishna naam sadalabe brajiradha Krishna manasi seva koribe. Respect everyone without desiring respect, and in your mind worship Radha Krishna. Are we crazy calling Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna like a mad person? We are calling him. Why are we calling him? This is calling Krishna to make some joke, to have some drama with him. Why are we calling him? We are calling him with Naam and Mantra. They are not separate. The name is not different from the Lord. So you have come, give him an asan to sit, and serve him. The Nama Rupa Charitari Sukirtananu Smrityo Karamena Rasana Manasini Yoja. Engage your mind, engage your tongue. You are chanting Harinam. Also engage your mind in service directly. When the Lord comes, then serve him. Engage your man, buddhi, ahankar, chitta, your mind, intelligence, heart, and ego and everything in the Lord's service. Then this is mala or Harinam. Otherwise, there's like a mad person standing on the side of the road saying, I am the Prime Minister, I am the President, I am the King. He is only a mad person. Therefore, life after life can pass chanting Mahamantra. But accept the conception of Mahaprabhu, then you can progress. Therefore, it is also said, Seva sadhaka rupena, then siddha rupena chatrahi. As a sadhaka, you must perform service. Then you can achieve your siddha rup, perfected form. Then it will manifest and a siddha bhav, perfect mood will come. How will it come? By service. As a sadhaka, then you can achieve your spiritual form. How? Tad rupa anusana brajalok anusarata. Follow in the wake of the Brajabasis. What are the Brajabasis doing day and night? Krishna will go cow grazing. What do the Brajabasis do? It is said, when Krishna is going to graze the cows, Rohini and Yashoda were thinking, what can we do for him? In the morning, they woke early with great absorption. They were thinking, what should I make? What should I feed him? What should I pack for him in the forest? How should I decorate him? How should I make his turban today? I don't want him to have any heat on his head. Therefore we make Krishna a nice turban, so his head can be cool. There's so much sun and heat in the forest, so I will give him some nice chandan and a nice turban. I will also give some dhatu and give him a nice oil massage, and I will decorate him very nicely. They are so full of absorption. This is called abhinivesh. Rohini and Yashoda, not only them, the other mothers, they think, oh, the butter will melt. How will I give him butter for the forest? He doesn't eat anything without butter. He will eat that and then eat something else, but without makkah and butter he will not eat. In Raj, if you give a dry roti, it is saying you are only giving like sand. How can you eat sand? Without ghee and butter, how will the Brajbasis eat? If they don't eat butter and ghee, their heart will be dry, like a stone. Therefore, what did they do? They think, how can we give him butter for the forest? Because it will melt. So they take a pot with cool water inside, and they put that in another pot. They also put it in a cloth and bind it inside of that, and then it becomes like a fridge. And they put it in leaves, and they put it in a clay pot with cold water. In the evening, how do they keep the water for his bath? They take the water in a clay pot. On the top they put a cloth, and then they put flowers like beli, juli, chameli. On some pots they put gandaraj, champak flowers. And then, what is the nature of the flowers? If they're on top, the scent will go down into the water. So the smell and the fragrance of all the sweet smelling flowers of Braj will go into the water. And when you open that cloth in the morning, it is full of an amazing fragrance. Why? All good qualities from the flowers have gone in that water. It has become pure and full of Shakti. And by bathing in that water, all energy and strength and medicine will go inside the body. These flowers, they are great medicines. Therefore, they also put many different fragrances on that water, and they paste arbata, which is neem, turmeric, and mustard, and they paste that into a paste and put it on the Lord's body before his bath. And then they put kasturi, musk, and kumkum, vermilion. In the winter, they use sesame. They paste sesame and then put that on the body, and it gives heat, so you will not feel cold. And then they make so many kinds of sweets and feed those to Krishna. They collect fruits and roots from the forest and make so many delicious preparations. In every season, whatever is appropriate for that season, and whatever is born in that season that has a special Shakti, which is very appropriate and beneficial. So, are they not doing Harinam? Naturally, the Lord's name is in their hearts and minds day and night. How can they forget him? They cannot take him out of their heart. This is real relationship. Make this relationship. Then naturally you will chant Harinam. But if you have no relationship, what is the question of Harinam? This is not a Vigyan, real experience. Therefore Prabhupada said, we pray to Prabhupada, Krishna Sambandha Vigyana Daine Prabhuvane. He is the one to give Krishna Sambandha Vigyan, realization of relationship with Krishna. That is Guru. He is one to connect you to God. And in this world, people disconnect you or break you away from God. People will say, oh, if you chant the Lord's name, will you get food to eat? Oh, you will be a beggar sitting on the street. Look at all the Lord's devotees. They're all beggars. Such demons will not let you serve the Lord. They will say, what is the benefit of becoming a Babaji beggar? Work and serve society, but do not serve God. Be my slave. Sukadev Goswami said, the gopis did not become anyone's slave and servant, or did not listen to anyone. As long as the Lord desired, they were present in their homes, and they served everyone, thinking they are all the Lord's devotees, but they were only absorbed in the Lord himself, and when he called them, they did not delay for a moment. Sukadev Goswami said, look, did they have to wait even a second to consider whether to go or not, or to do something else first? Why? The Lord is theirs. Therefore, Krishna nourished them with the transcendental ras and transcendental qualities. Therefore he called them. Could he not give it to them in their homes? What was the problem? Why did they have to come to the forest to meet him alone? Stay there and I can nourish you and make you completely fulfilled. But why not? It is not possible. Why? There is asat sangha, many kinds of unwanted association. Not everyone is in one group and one mood. There are some in Vatsalya, and some in Sakya, and some in Dasya, and some in Santaras. Amidst all of them, you cannot receive this aprakrita ras from Krishna in Shringar ras. Therefore, Krishna wanted to fully fulfill them with aprakrita ras. Then you need to be in one mood and one group. You must be in the shelter of the gopis, and without the gopis' shelter, then you cannot receive this. Therefore, he called them to himself in a solitary place without any others. If someone is like a scientist doing research, if you tell them, oh, sit with all the ordinary people, why do you want a separate room to study? Why are you wasting your time there? Go in the open and study with everyone and do your research there. No, they will not listen. They cannot do research there. They need their own laboratory or study place. Therefore Krishna called the gopis into a solitary place. He played the flute and sent the sound only for them to hear, and invited only them. They wanted to come to Krishna. Whatever obstacle manifested, quickly they crossed over that. These obstacles, we heard how the obstacles freed them from the obstacle of the Gunamaya Deha and made them directly achieve the transcendental body and meet with Krishna. Every living entity receives the mercy of Krishna. But how can we get qualification to receive that? Therefore, we need to follow this process. So, to give is mercy and affection to everyone. Krishna sends his associates. Krishna wanted to give some special fruit to the gopis, some special wealth. Someone may have so much wealth, But who will you give it to? Someone who is samarpit, offered, surrendered, and connected to you. Then, like we see in families, the patriarch will give all his inheritance to his qualified son. We see a king will not give his treasure and his inheritance to someone who is not qualified. He will reject them. And why? Because those people will waste it and misuse it all, and they are not grateful and do not know how to utilize it. Therefore, Krishna wants to give this special wealth, this special jewel. But who will he give it to? Will he give it to the sages, the Brahmavadis? Oh, they do not want that. They only think of themselves. They will not know what to do with it. Should I give the Rakshasas, the demons? They will only waste it. So who should I give this jewel to? Therefore it is said, Nathame Priyatama Atma Jonina Sankara. Krishna is said, Oh, Shankar is not dear to me, and Uddhava is not as dear to me, Lakshmi is not as dear to me, or Uddhava is not as dear to me as to the gopis. The gopis are the most dear to me. My brother Sankarachan, even he is not as dear to me. Uddhava, even you are not as dear to me. And Lakshmi is not as dear to me, even though she is present on my chest. Still, she is not as dear to me as the gopis. Even my own self is not as dear to me as the gopis. Even my own son, who appeared from my navel, Brahma, he is not as dear to me. Even Shiv is not as dear to me as the gopis are so dear to me. Why does he say that? Bali Maharaj offered everything to Krishna. Still, after that, he could not engage it in proper practice. We have everything, but how do we use it? Do we know how to use it properly or not? We need to learn, therefore, how to use everything properly. We are lazy and foolish and enjoyers. For 1 minute, we will not offer our time to the Lord. One time, Narad Rishi came to Dwarka, and they told him, oh, now he's given an invitation to go to Kurukshetra. This eclipse is not an ordinary eclipse. It is very dangerous. It will be present like Mahakal. At that time, Rahu will have reign over the earth, and he will steal everyone's sukriti, punya, fame, good qualities. He will steal it all. He has that right at that time. To be protected from Rahu during the time of the eclipse, you should all go to Kurukshetra. Why? These are the great holy tirthas. These 5 tirthas, Kurukshetra, Gaya, Ganga, Prabhas, so forth. These are the holy tirthas. They can protect you from inauspicious times like the eclipse. So at that time, Vidura, Ugrasen, Dhritarashtra, Bhishma Pitamaha, Brahma, even Shiva, all the devatas, they all came. Why? They were all afraid of Rahu. This eclipse was very powerful. Rahu at that time wanted to devour them all. So to be protected from that sinful time, what will you do? Otherwise, what will Rahu do? He will come as a disciple and a follower, and in a little time of bad association, your life will be destroyed. So Rahu Ketu will be like this. They want to steal everything. So Krishna called everyone to Kurukshetra. At that time in Dwarka, Ugrasen, Maharaj, Surasen, and all the residents of Dwarka became ready to go to Dwarka, to Kurukshetra. Krishna also sent news to Braj. Look, Krishna came to Mathura, but he did not call the Brajvasis even once. Then no bird even or Saka went to Mathura once. However, Radharani was staying all night up trying to write a letter in great separation. Then Lalita sent a swan with a letter to Krishna, and she told the swan, go to Mathura, but do not set foot on the roof. Krishna will be on the rooftop, but don't even breathe the air in Mathura. It is very dangerous. The air of Mathura is polluted, and if you breathe that air, you will become polluted. Do not drink the water in Mathura. Drop the letter from the air to Krishna on the roof and then fly quickly back here. He will try to keep you and ensnare you there. But Mathura is very dangerous. It may externally be very alluring, like Mohini, very attractive. Then they will bind you into illusion. Look, Krishna went to Mathura and he forgot Braj. If you go there and associate with Krishna, you will also forget Braj and never come back. Therefore, don't even look there. But we are sending this letter to Krishna. Fly there with one breath, drop it, and then come back. Take one breath in Braj, and then when you get back to Braj, take your next breath. If you look at someone in Mathura, oh, your relation with Braj will be finished. In Mathura, everything there is very strange. Externally, it is very nice, but it is like bandaris and sundaris, like female monkeys and male monkeys, female monkeys. Therefore, don't go there. They will try to steal everything from you. So no one went to see Krishna in Mathura, and Krishna didn't call anyone. Krishna got married, but he didn't call anyone for his marriage, and no one went. But now, after so long, 100 years, Krishna is calling everyone to Kurukshetra. At that time, everyone, all the Brijbasis sat in carts or went on horseback or walked. They all went to Kurukshetra. How did they go? They brought porridge, ground wheat, and ladus, and they made so many things for Krishna. While singing and dancing, they went, thinking, oh, Krishna has called us. We will meet with Krishna, we will meet with Krishna. In this way, dancing and singing, they went to Kurukshetra. When he heard they were coming nearby, then Krishna was mad. Like, he was not so enthusiastic to see Sudama. But even though Krishna was 100 years old and Yashoda Mata was even older, hearing they were approaching, he began to run like a mad person to Yashoda, and he jumped in her lap and began to drink her breast milk, and she covered him with her shawl. And then he forgot everything, and it was like he entered Yashoda's heart. Did Krishna show this affection and run for someone like this? Did he go running, calling out Ma or Mother, and hide in someone's lap? Seeing Nanda Baba and the Sakas, Krishna's great happiness and joy, did he show this anywhere else? Sanatana Goswami showed this in his Brihad Bhagavatamrita, showing the ultimate limit of Krishna's separation. When Padma, who is over 100 years old, Kamsa's mother, seeing Krishna in his Madan Mohan form in Nava Vrindavan, she ran to embrace him, forgetting her old age and etiquette. And the queens, seeing Krishna, they thought, what is this? We have never seen Krishna like this. What form of Krishna is this? Why, this form is only present in Braj with the Brajbasis. Therefore, Krishna's Prakash and his Akarshan in Prem and objects of his Prem are the Brajbasis. Why in Braj no one misuses their independence. Completely they are offered to Krishna, and they only have love for him. Therefore their relationship is so strong, because they have this one-pointed love. Therefore Krishna is completely sold to them. The Lord appeared to give mercy to everyone, to all souls, but those who want to receive his mercy and relation with him, they can receive that. Those who want to establish a relationship with him, they can accept that. Who wants to offer their self? The Lord has no lacking of anything. He is fully satisfied. He is not bound within time and matter. He is nirgun, transcendental. He does not need anything, but still, mercifully he comes to this world. And in this world, he comes to give mercy to everyone, to all living entities. He comes to give the fruit of one's sadhana. How is this fruit? If we develop relation with the Lord, then we can understand what that fruit is. Otherwise, like a mad person, even if we get something by chance, we will throw it aside, saying, oh, this is useless. Like Crazy people sometimes, they will throw off all their clothes and stand out, even if it is very cold. They will throw off their clothes and run around in the street. So even if the Lord gives you His mercy, you cannot take it if you have no qualification, no eligibility to accept this. So therefore we should become the objects of His mercy and the recipients. If we do not become a vessel for His mercy, we cannot keep that. His Ashirvad, blessings, karuna, compassion, how will we keep that with us? We must become a proper vessel. Those who have engaged everything in the Lord's service, they taste the fruit of His love and affection and mercy. They receive the benefit of that, and the Lord has become theirs. Where would the Lord be indifferent to someone if they are not connected to Him, if they are not His, even though they have everything, they do not make relation with Him, even if they have all opportunity, then the Lord is indifferent to them. The Lord wants us to rectify ourselves, to reform ourselves and make relation with Him. Outside of Braj, we cannot find this, that anyone became the proper vessel of His love. The Lord wants to give us all His love, but we take that from Him and stay separate from Him, independent from Him, far from Him. We do not want to be related to Him. We do not want to have relation and service. We all want to be the masters. Therefore we become Bahirmukh, we turn our face away from Krishna and we have doubt in Krishna. Therefore we cannot become the vessel of His mercy. We have so many material desires that haunt us and give us suffering. Therefore try to follow the gopis. They had such Brahmagyanis. They do not have this kind of one-pointed love and affection like the gopis do. For the gopis, they were not controlled by their senses. Instead, the senses were under their full control. This is very difficult to be a Goswami like this. When the Lord gives us something, we become under the control of that. But we cannot use that. Instead, it is like we become the tool of our tools, meaning that we receive so many possessions, so much property, but then we become the slaves of that. But the gopis, they are the proper controllers of everything that they receive from the Lord, because they only use it all in His service. The senses are very strong and powerful, but they were not controlled by their senses, and they were not disturbed by their senses. What do our senses do? Oh, feed me. Oh, bathe me. Oh, put me to sleep. Oh, serve me. I will always be your grihini. We have many different wives. Sense is called the wife. And we have so many wives. We have like 11 wives. And they're all pulling us in different directions. The eyes are saying, oh, I'm your first wife. Now put me to sleep. I do not want to see anything. Lay down and let me sleep for a long time. And then show me something very nice to look at. Then the ear says, oh, I am your most important and dear wife. I am your most beloved wife. Then the nose says, oh, without me, what do you have? I am in front of you. I am the closest to you. If you don't have your eyes or your ears, at least by me you can survive. I am so dear to you. I am your very dear nose. So these are our different wives. And they're always pulling us and pasting us and grinding us. And we cannot be saved or free from them. But look at the Braj Devis. Oh, I'm not listening to anyone. I don't care if you burn or drown or anything. I will not listen to you. You can follow me, otherwise do whatever you like. I will not follow you. Gurudev said one person was standing by a door. Then the Sas came, the aunt came and said, "Why are you standing there? Go and do some work." The in-law, mother-in-law. Then the gopi went, she told her to churn the yogurt, but instead she went and churned the mustard seeds, then in a pot. Then she gave her a pot and a rope and a child to hold in one arm, and she said, "Go bring water." She thought, in this way anyhow I'll fix her mind. So she went to the well and put the rope around the child's neck and started lowering it into the well. Then they said, "What are you doing, mad lady?" And then, "Why are you lowering the baby down into the well with the rope around its neck? You're supposed to be collecting water." Then everyone said, "Oh, she is haunted by a ghost." Oh, anyone, if they have once seen that black snake in Braj, then they become haunted by that. Then you can never bring them back. They are lost for good. Therefore, don't look at that black person. Don't look at black things. If that blackness goes in your heart, then it will never come out. Therefore, don't make friendship with anything black. Don't make friendship with these things. Why? They will enter within you and haunt you, and then you will never be able to escape them. So what should she do now? She is like a mad lady now. Then let her go. Where? Then she came home and she did not see anyone or have relation with anyone, and she went home and started cooking some nice sweets and then making some garlands, like in a trance. So we have many senses. Life after life, they have enjoyed us and forced us to suffer in this world. Therefore, we should not be the slaves of our servants, the slaves of our senses. There is no one to save us from these senses. No material dharma, karma, jog, sadhana can help us. You can do pranayam, but how long will you do pranayam? After that, what will you do? Then, how long will you do some meditation? When you wake up again, then what will happen? So, Shobari, for 10,000 years, he stood in the water. Then, as soon as his meditation stopped, he saw these beautiful fishes mating and became crazy for enjoyment. Then he went to Mathura, to the king's palace, and said, "I want to marry your princess." "O king." "What, sage?" He had been in the water for 10,000 years, so you can imagine what he looked like. So he said, "Oh, give me your princess." He said, "Oh, you have such long hair, and you're all wrinkly, and you're just like a skeleton. What will you do with my daughter?" "Oh, I want her." "For what?" "I cannot give you. She is independent. I will not force her into marriage. You can go, and if she wants to marry you, then that is okay." And he said, "Oh, okay." Seeing you do not like this form, then by his yoga power, he turned into a beautiful Prince Charming. And when he entered into the palace, 50 girls, the princess and all her attendants and all the other girls said, "Oh, I want to marry him, I want to marry him, I want to marry him." Then he married all 50, said, "I will take them all with me." He made 50 airplanes and expanded into 50 forms, and day and night he was enjoying and having conjugal relations with them. Then, was he ever satisfied? For thousands of years he was enjoying. Was he ever satisfied? This is just the practice that has come to us for many lifetimes. But is there anyone who can save us from this? No ordinary shastra or shakti can save you from this calm, lust, or desire to enjoy the senses. Until you have used this property, the senses and your desire, in the Lord's service, like 24 hours a day. Therefore it is said, "Chapandanda ratri dine na jani radha govinda dine chare danda suditake swapne radha govinda deke." Become like the Goswamis. 23.5 hours a day they are engaged in service, and then for half an hour when they are sleeping they are dreaming of Radha Krishna. How does Srinivasacharya glorify them? For even one moment they do not waste in material affairs. Then they are Goswamis. Then what will the senses do? They are forced to follow them. Will they be able to enjoy you? They are like wives. Will they be able to pull us into their rooms to enjoy with them? Before, Chitra Ketu Maharaj had 100,000 wives. Dasarath Maharaj had 300. Krishna had 16,108. Just look. What is the situation then for him? But how many do we have? We have 11 wives. Each of them are very powerful. And of these 11 wives, there are upasakas, sub-branches. Like 5 on one hand, 5 on another hand, 10. And then 1. And then they are surrounding us on all sides and grabbing us and not letting us free. There is no way to escape this prison where our wives are surrounding us. Even until we get a Brahma Swarup, a transcendental form, we will be in this prison. Therefore, go in the temple, and 24 hours a day, if you are engaged in Smaran and Seva, then you will be freed. The Lord is Ananda Swarup, the embodiment of all bliss. If you become fully absorbed in His service, or Yog Yukta, fully connected, then at that time you will be freed of the pulling of your senses. O Lord, you are the very embodiment of bliss, the very vigraha of bliss. Without you I do not know anyone. I am only absorbed in you and serving you. When we are surrendered like this, then all Swarup Shakti will enter us. Therefore it is said, the Vigraha of the Lord is eternal. If you serve the Vigraha of the Lord, then you make relation with Him. Therefore you should serve the deity in your mind or physically. Try to always be engaged in His service, and in this way you will enter the Aprakrit transcendental realm. Sukadeva Goswami said, Krishna for a moment made him free of Maya, and then he exited his mother's womb and immediately ran into the forest. And he had no bondage to household life. Then how will any wicked person try to enjoy us? It is not possible. The Lord will not tolerate this. If someone has offered themselves to Krishna, then the Lord will not tolerate any demon trying to steal them away and enjoy them. He will always protect you then. Chakravarti Thakur says in his Sarartha Darshini, the Lord gives mercy to everyone. He is offering His mercy to everyone until, however, we have relation with Him and understand the value and the worth. Then what can we do? How can we accept His mercy? We cannot understand it even. Therefore, O King, the Lord has come to give mercy to all living beings. When we receive His kalyan, mercy and welfare, then we can progress. So the Lord has manifested the path of our true welfare, but we must follow that path. If we go towards Sayujya, Salokya and these different kinds of mukti, liberation, we will not get the real fruit that Krishna has come to give, which is pure bhakti, and we will be cheated of that great wealth which Krishna wants to give us by our own misfortune. Therefore, those senses which are controlling us, they are demons, they are asuras and rakshasas. We should not think they are our friends and helpers. They are like demons. Therefore, to free one from these demons. That is mukti. Krishna therefore frees us from the onslaught of the senses. Therefore Krishna says, Yasyaham anugrahami tarisye taddanam sanhai. If I give my mercy to someone, I steal away everything they have. I make their relatives outcast them. They lose their parents, their wife or husband, their children, their relatives. Everyone rejects them. If I give my love to someone, my affection to someone, first I will cut them off from everything. They will lose everything. I will not let them have friendship with anyone or anything. Have love for the Lord. He is your pati. He is your master. Otherwise, you make love with someone, for 2 days they are your friend, then they are your enemy. Therefore in Hindi there's a saying, Char din kachandi fir andhere raat. For a few days everything is nice, everything then is destroyed. You make friendships, like for a few days there's the full moon. The full moon is 1 day, then everything becomes dark. So Krishna says, these senses and everything, they are your demons controlling you, enslaving you. Therefore I will cut you off from these. I will kill these demons and free you. But we think, now I've met a good friend. I'm so fortunate. Now I have this new lover. I'm so fortunate. But we are going together into the ditch of Maya, where we will suffer so much. For a few days this person will be so nice to us, and then they will take a stick and beat us, and they will take a knife and cut us, like we become their goat, and then they make us fat. For a few days they are very nice and feed us so nicely, and then they prepare to kill us. Like we see many places in the world, they give so much affection to animals and make them so fat. But then what do? We see in some places, what do? They feed them so nicely, and then they cut off some area of their meat that will not kill them, and then they heal the wound, and then again, sometime later when it regrows, they cut it off again. And this way, they keep the animals alive and continually take their flesh. For 20 years, they will be taking off their flesh, eating it, letting it regrow, then cutting it and eating it again. So this is like our families, what they are like for us. Day and night, they are cutting us and eating us and enjoying us, and we are tolerating it and thinking they are so dear to us. Krishna said, I came to kill these demons. They have called themselves your friends, but they are demons, and they are attacking you. And every day they are scratching you and cutting you and eating you and destroying life after life. You are mine, but you are destroying yourself and wasting your life, and they do not even let you know. They will so cleverly speak to you, polish with such a beautiful external form, with so much duplicity. They will come. They are great cheaters and great crooked hypocrites. They are coming with so much false sweetness, and they are wrapping themselves around your neck and choking you and sinking their teeth into your neck and drinking your blood. And as long as you have some ras or blood in your body, they will not let you go. Only when you are completely dry, then they will throw you aside. And then they will burn you without a second thought. So who will save you from these wicked demons? Therefore the Lord came to free you from these people. They are all demons who have surrounded you. So they have all surrounded you. They do not want anyone to escape. If someone escapes, then they will be very upset and they will try to drag them back down. If you try to become a sage, then even Brahma came and put one of his sons tried to be a sage and said, I will only be a brahmachari. And then he brought so many beautiful women and said, no, I want you to stay, enjoy with them. You see, Narad, he was told to marry and have family, and he said, no, I will be a brahmachari. Then Brahma said, I am your father, you will not listen to me, now you fall down and become a Sudra. He said, okay, let me be a Sudra, but I will not listen to you. I am only the Lord's. So we see Narad was very focused, and in this way he did not become dissuaded from his conviction. So many Rakshasas, cannibals, are surrounding us to enjoy and eat us. Therefore, even though the Lord has come to give us his great welfare, without his protection we cannot escape from all these demons. The Lord has unlimited transcendental qualities, but who can understand these? The Lord wants to give us transcendental bliss, which is our birthright. That is the greatest ananda, the greatest happiness. But you have to understand the worth of that and really accept it. He has come to give you the eternal entrance into that ras, to be eternally joyful. By taking that ras, you will never think about jad ras. It is like stool. You will never be mad after that stool, because you have tasted real bliss. Acharya Srinivas told this to Ramchandra Kaviraj. Oh, you are just like a goat being led to slaughter. You think this is your marriage? Oh, you are being decorated with garlands and taken on a palanquin, but you have only taken a black snake around your neck. Or they are leading a dancing goat. They're thinking, oh, there's such a beautiful festival, and the goats, they dance and think, oh, what a great festival. They are given mala and tilak and turbans and nice cloth. And then what have they done? They take him to the slaughterhouse or the butcher place, and they cut his neck. So don't become like a goat, or don't wrap the black snake around your neck. If there's no Braj and no Braj Basis, no Braj Devis, then you cannot understand this. Without this Rasa-pancadhyayi, no one would have news of this aprakrita ras. They think, oh, jada ras is enough for me. Do some tap and jap and achieve jada ras. Try to enjoy in this world. Whatever austerity you should do will only be for enjoying more in this world. That is the purpose of life. Therefore they cannot be freed. There is no power in sadhana. Even if you go and bathe in all the holy rivers, Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati, even if you do austerity like sages, or run to everyone, how many lives will pass uselessly without changing your real mood and motive? But the gopis, they had real samartha, real ability. Therefore, our Guru Varga opened center place of Braj, branch offices of Braj, and they say, invite everyone here and show them. Offer these souls like flowers in a garland to the Lord's neck. Give them adhikar to enter the transcendental world. That is real welfare work. Therefore, this is the beginning of the Ras Lila. This is the manner in which we can receive the transcendental storehouse of Ras and enter into that. Without knowing this tattva, we cannot enter that. Therefore, people will say, don't read the Ras Lila, do not hear the Ras Lila, you do not have eligibility for this. Oh, go and be a slave in a house. Paste your body into chutney. This is your dharma. Whatever your father has done, your grandfather has done, your mother and your ancestors have done, then, just follow that path. Just be a slave and a dog like us. This is Ras. Just be a dog in Maya. This is Rasik. This is Rasananda. This is transcendental bliss. Oh, fools, donkeys. You are the leader of the donkeys. In this way, everyone is blind and owls, and they try to make everyone else like this. These preachers, they are like the leader of the donkeys, and they're trying to make everyone into donkeys. How foolish you are. Even though everything is available, they will forbid everyone from reading the Ras Lila. Oh, do not listen to the topics of the gopis. You are not qualified. But if you do not touch that ras, if you do not look for that ras, if you have no respect for that ras, then how will it come to you? Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami sometimes would speak so much bad language you cannot understand even. There's no limit. He said so much. Like he said, oh, you are a pig. Oh, you are a donkey. Oh, you are a dog. You call yourself a human, you are really a pig or a stupid camel. You are a foolish dog eating stool. Oh, you are a dog running around everywhere searching for the stool of Maya to eat. Oh, you are a donkey just carrying such heavy loads. But why? Oh, you are a pig. Sukadeva Goswami, who is Parivrajak free from samsara in Nirgun Tattva, he is criticizing everyone. Oh, dogs and pigs and hogs. You are a human, why are you acting like an animal? Why, if you have not brought into the Lord's names in Harikatha in your ears, if you're not drinking that ras, then you're just a fool. In this way, he gives so much gali, or Gurudev in class would be like this. Look at Sukadeva Goswami. How is he giving mundane, like gali? Gali means like when you abuse someone with bad language. He said, oh, people want to make us rotten with Jadaras. They want to make us rot and flow away in the drain, but they will not let us go towards our real welfare. Even if we are destroyed, they want us to be stay in their four-walled prison of their homes. Say, no, you must stay in the prison of your household life. Rot here, go in the drain here, but I will not let you go to Krishna. Therefore, this is the Guru Varga's conception, and they have given us this wealth. At that time, we could not understand how great this wealth was. But when this Rasa-pancadhyayi was published, Gurudev came in Kartik and gave me one copy. He said, I asked, what is this? He said, read it. Look at what is there. Therefore, we should always give respect to this. This is Nirgun Tattva. This is Aprakrita Ras. Simply by a scent of it, by a touch of it, we will be freed of Jad Ras, this world, and the bondage that has been with us for life after life. Then we will become the real vessels of Krishna's mercy and the object of his true love and affection. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami came to give this transcendental ras in 5 chapters. These are the 5 life airs of the Bhagavatam. These are the 5 life airs for the soul. Therefore, they have been preserved here as a great treasure, and Sukadeva Goswami is here ready to give this to us. And our acharyas have given such nice commentaries that can never be found. Chakravarti Thakur and Sridhar Swami and Jiv Goswami and Sanatan Goswami and Rup Goswami are giving us so many nice commentaries. Bhatta Goswami would describe these pastimes in such an amazing, sweet way. Everyone would call him Lila Sukh. Mahaprabhu gave him the instruction to go to Vrindavan and to flood everyone and satisfy everyone fully with Bhagavat Ras. This is Rasa-malayam. Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Drink this ras eternally. This is your life, and this is the path of your welfare. Without this, you cannot be connected to the Lord. This will connect you to Him. All other kinds of ras will make you distant from the Lord, but this transcendental ras will connect you to Him. We will stop here. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo.